So I'm excited to introduce Trey tonight. He is going to talk about dream boards and dream building, and it's a real unique take, and I'm excited to hear what he's got to say. Trey, do you want to introduce your topic and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello, Eagle Group. Thank you for letting me speak. My name is Trey Schindler. I've been in the Army National Guard for 8 years now, in Minnesota National Guard here at ACO 2 135th. I am a squad leader, and it's probably the best job I've ever had in my life. So today's topic, as Alan talked about, is dream building. So first, kind of get into is like why dream build, right? Are dreams just for kids or visions that we might see, or maybe we take opioids and we see them in a dreamland, right? That's all they are. And I don't believe that. Earl Nightingale once said that success is the progression and realization of a worthy goal, dream, or ideal. And I have found in my life of having a goal or a dream gives you purpose in life, or at least an aspiration to achieve purpose instead of just living in the mundane life. Because I do know that, like myself, I'm not just born to just constantly pay bills and just die. So having a dream, and a very big dream to give me forward, a dream that scares you to build it, like, I don't know if I can maybe accomplish that, but you're still willing to go forth and actually do it, is just huge. And I believe you should always dream. So finding your why, it could be anything really what you want to do with why you want to do something. It could be you want this car, you want this house, you want to be a multimillionaire. It doesn't matter. You need to find your why and why it fits with you. So that's the next step. What dream do you wish to accomplish? What aspirations have you always wanted to accomplish in your entire lifetime, right? Maybe when you were a kid, you're like, I want a dream job. Like when I was a kid, my first dream job was being a veterinarian. Then I realized biology was not a good topic for me. So I decided not to go into biology. And then my dream job kind of constantly changed as I got older and older. And now mostly it's a lot is it helping vets. And that would be kind of a big dream for myself. So what kind of dream would you guys like to accomplish in your life? Think on it. Ask those tough questions. There was a question that some of my mentors gave me that really got into a lot of this stuff was, how do you want to live? I sat on that question for a long time. How do I want to live? And I looked at a lot of the lifestyles that a lot of the career paths I was looking for, and maybe some of the friends or some of my coworkers. I was like, is this the life I want to live with them? Is this the life I want to live with them? I looked at my parents. I was like, is this the life I want to live? And a lot of it was no, a lot of it was yes. And I kind of pieced together some stuff that I did a little bit. And what ended up coming out of it was me building a dream board. Now, if you look behind me, and I'm going to somewhat zoom in on here. On this side over here, I have all my cars. Every single car that I wish to drive. My dad started off an Audi, so I decided I wanted an Audi. So what I did is I went to Audi.com and I built it. I didn't care what it is. So it's the wonderful cherry red. It's the black interior with all the stitching that you could possibly want. And it is the Audi Rs8. It is only a two-seater because it's only for my wife and I, and that's it. Or maybe when my daughter or son decide to get there, but I got to get a girlfriend first. So we'll work on that later. I also have a Maserati up there. I would love to own a Maserati. I don't know why, but I just love them. That one is even more decked out. I also built that one on there. If you ever go to the Maserati website, you could customize your Maserati a lot. Please go do it. It is so much fun to do, and you really get to go for it. The other one I have up there is Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've always wanted a Jeep. I also like having a big car, moving some stuff, hauling some stuff, and whatnot. There is one that I have not put up there that I haven't printed out yet. And that would be a Mercedes G-Wagon 6x6. So think of the G-Wagon, but it has 6 tires and it's a backup pickup. I saw it on Top Gear. And it was so cool. Absolutely love that car. It's wonderful. Next, as you kind of go down, is a lot of the stuff that goes into some of my dream house. So the things that I want to put in my dream house, I do have a bowling alley that's over there. Design of how I want it to look outside. Kind of a garage that's in there, my office over there. Down here on the other side is a house down in Florida. Visit a house down in Florida. There's a place called Golden Oaks. It's right off the Disneyland. It's right in the Disneyland, Disney World area. And you can you can either rent the house or you can buy it, depending if you have money or not. And you're right there in there, and then they literally transport you to the park. Doesn't matter what park it is. You don't have to worry about parking. You can have your own food, rest stop. It's really cool. So there's that. I like to visit a penthouse in New York. I'd love to own a cabin. I don't know where. Probably here in Minnesota or maybe Colorado. There's two very good lakes around the area. Trout Lake would be in Minnesota where I really want to go. And they have some really nice cabins up there. I love to be on a yacht at some point in my lifetime, and I love to be able to fly in a private jet. So I understand there's a lot of materials goals that are in there. And that's my choice. And those are the things. It doesn't mean that I define them, but I mean, if I had some of those cars, honestly, I would be having other people look at it and dream build on that type of topic. Because when you have a dream, you want to share it with other people, and it doesn't really matter kind of what they or may not think. And then moving on to this one, and so this board over here is really interesting for me. Down the middle, as you see, the longest one is a lot of quotes that I have that resonate with me, that are kind of stuck in my head. One of the quotes I started off with this is, "There's no way I was born just to pay bills and die." There's another one in here that is, "My mission to choose and accept who I am and my own choice, and it doesn't mean anybody else can take that away from me and my dreams." Another one up here is, "You have 3 choices a day. You get to choose. You have a choice to choose, change, and choice." Sorry, I can't read from very far away. "You must make the choice to take the chance if you want anything to change in your life." So you have to be willing to change. A lot of those quotes are there. Up here on this other side is a lot of the degrees that I wanted to get when I want to get into sociology, because I love how people communicate and how communities work together. And the other one is psychology. I love to study the brain and how people think and why they make those decisions that they make, because it is absolutely fascinating. Because you can have a whole bunch of people, you can have twins that end up being completely different people, but they grew up in the same household. Or you can have 2 different people that were on the opposite side of the spectrum, but have the same common things. It's very, very interesting on how that goes. And then also being able to be, financially independent would be a very big dream of mine too. And the last one that is probably my biggest passion to do anything in my entire life. I have grew up with 2 amazing parents, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom all my life, and my father is a computer programmer for Oracle for over 25 plus years. Been fantastic at his job and put 3 kids through all activities possible. And I would love to take my time and my money and retire my parents. It would be a wonderful thing, and just say, you know what, you go, Mom and Dad, go do what you want to do. Doesn't matter. I got it. You don't have to work anymore. And it's probably one of the best things that I've ever come up with. And it's probably one of my biggest driving purposes. So now that we have, why we want to do it, what the dream we wish to accomplish, and I understand this is a lot of dreams, and I'm working on it, and it goes, but this just gets me up in the morning when I don't want to go to work. So that's it, right? We got a dream. We know why we want to do it. Now what? That's it. No, that's only step 2. Because a dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action makes your dream a reality. Now, there's a lot of stuff that goes into. So we have the dream. Now we need to write it down and make it down to a goal, because some of those dreams can sometimes be a little bit big. So we need a plan. We're all military personnel. We always need a plan. Army, so troop leading procedures, right? You can break down a dream into troop leading procedures. There are other acronyms that you can use. There are SMART goals, there are FAST goals, and there are dumb goals. I'm not kidding. There are dumb goals. SMART being specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and timely. Dumb goals being dream-driven, uplifting, method-friendly, and behavior-driven. And FAST goals are frequently discussed, ambitious, specific, and transparent. All of those can work. I have used SMART goals before and not really kind of going through them. Dumb goals kind of gum a lot of it, and FAST goals are kind of quick goals that you can maybe set for a week or a month, something like that. They're not really necessarily long term, but the goals that I like to do when I write down there is this is the template I use. I want to go from blank to blank by blank and why. I'll give you an example. I'm currently in a career change. So I want to go from my current construction job to a project management job by August 3rd of 2022. Why? To better my finances, to make more friends, and to better network with veterans. It could be anything. The car that I want. I want to go from my Mazda to an Audi by 2025 of December 3rd, 2025. Why? Because it's my dream car and I've always wanted to have it. So now that you have that and you're able to break down those steps and understanding that, what's the final step that everybody needs to make? It's action. It's the simple step, right? All you got to do is put everything in action and what you need to do. But it probably could be the hardest step of all. Because dreaming, right? You can dream, you can say, yeah, I can do this, I can do this, I want to be famous, I'm going to do this. You can dream and daydream all you want. But until you back everything by action, it's all it is a dream written down. So there's a thing that we're all a part of, and it's a thing called life that kind of prevents us to getting into taking action, right? You get sick, your kids get sick, your dog or cat gets sick, you have a leg injury, this happens, gas prices skyrocket, politics galore, job stuff, world stuff, it doesn't matter. Things get in your way of building your dream. But that is your choice to make that choice, right? Because regardless of what happens, you put in a long day here, you put in a long day here, you now have a plan that is broken down into steps. And steps lead you towards that one. So there's a thing John Maxwell talks about. John Maxwell is a really big author into leading and stuff like that. And he breaks down into how failure and success are very together and the steps to make it go forward. And the one that I like is I like to experiment, right? We're all scientists. So you experiment with something. Well, then you're going to fail. And what comes out of failure is learning. And then you need to repeat the same step that you make. So let's say I wanted to get the Audi. And what do I need to do? Well, I need to know the price of the car. Well, the car is probably going to be about $120,000. Okay, well, now I need to figure out how I'm going to save for that. If I'm going into 2025, I can now break that down into be like, all right, so this month I'm either going to put $100 or $50 in. Okay. And some of those months, I probably won't be able to put money in, but I have a plan in place. So you experiment, you fail, you learn, and then you repeat. And you experiment, you fail, you learn, and you repeat. And you keep going that until you make your dream a reality. This is what I've done to building and stuff. The dream board itself is honestly just pictures I got off the internet, Pinterest. I just printed them out, glued them on there, and hung it up on my wall. I do have room for some stuff to grow. And as you write down and you build your dream board and you get it into place, you can add to it, you can take rid of it. It does not have to be this gigantic. It could be something as a small piece of paper. It could be something on your phone, a collage on your phone. You can just do it and put it on your fridge, like your mom did when you made something out of art. That is dream building, guys. I hope that you dream build. I hope that you find your purpose to go forward in life. And I hope that you figure out how you want to live to make your dreams a reality. Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much, Trey. Appreciate that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pause the recording now or cancel the recording.